This year's HB Challenge I felt was really wonderful because it was an opportunity for the designers to engage in their heritage, where they're from, what they're connected to. And to me, that's really a huge part of what you can draw on as a designer. It absolutely is for me. A great print is something that is usually graphic and graphic enough that it photographs well and you respond to it because it's bold. And it has, one of the designers from last night's challenge, Sanji, she created a print that to me had a lot of depth, and the more you looked at it, the more dimensional it seemed, and that's not the easiest thing to do with something that's two-dimensional. I think Dimitri won because he took the print challenge one step further. It's one thing to design a great print and then use that print to design a great garment, but it's a whole other thing to then consider what's the play on the print. Can you then extract the print and create a garment that is surprising? And that's what he did. It's been quite a journey for me coming back to New York, living in the city again, leaving the Caribbean, and that has started to reflect, I think, a bit in my clothes. And as much as I'll always love flowy dresses and things you wear on the beach, and I'll stick to my resort wear collections as well because I think that's an aesthetic and a vibe that people now know me for. But this collection is a little bit more urban because I want to make clothes that I can wear and I can wear in the city, and that bring my Caribbean roots into the work but still fit into the vibe of New York. And I'm living in Harlem. It's very influenced by Harlem, and it's been amazing to get to know Harlem a bit more and the history of it, and actually find a Caribbean history in Harlem, which I never knew about before. With my line, I'm really focusing on having both a resort collection, which will fit into the entire calendar because people vacation all year, if you're lucky. And then I'm also catering to my customers who watch me on Project Runway, who shop like me. You want to be able to buy affordable things that are trendy, that you can switch in and out, and really develop your own personal style. Being on Project Runway and winning this show really has changed my life. I try to think of it in a way that allows me to continue to move forward, but it's also good to reflect, and it's good for me to think back to right before going on Project Runway. First of all, I didn't know how to sew. I had a little clothing line, and it was successful in its you know, for the scale that it was, but it was just a little clothing line living in the Caribbean, and I think it's really been like I'm almost like living somebody else's life and coming out on the other side of this and continuing to grow, and I really am extremely grateful